Alright, this is a battle that I had on Mines the other day in the Type 64, the premium tier 6 Chinese light tank. And so given the comp that we have, we ideally want to be able to take the hill, but they have more mediums than we do. But it's still really good to go up here and at least check. The other places you can go, usually you don't want to do in a light tank, but in like a medium tank is to go down in this area over here. And you can get shots back up on the hill. But we're going to go up towards the hill, see what we can see, and be ready to basically bail out. As what you really want to do is look and see what your team is doing behind you. So like I look back and our T-34-3 is here, and looks like we're going to get some fire support. So at the very least, is if I see a bunch of them right here, I can just stop and back up, and hopefully our team can take them out. But as it turns out, I get up here and I don't really see anything. They get here a little bit late. And then what you want to do, especially if you have a little like pop-pop gun like this, is you just want to try to track them. And if they get ammo racked, all the better. And then so we're able to get a lot of shots off on them just because we have enough guns to bear there. So the T-34-3 is up here with me, and I got up here with taking minimal damage, which is good, and we took out a couple of the other tanks that tried to push. In this particular configuration, we actually have a bunch of guys over here that are shooting at these guys right now, so all we have to do is keep them lit. And so you can see like this KV-1S and the IS over there, they're just basically getting free shots on these guys for as long as they sit there. And also our RD's getting shots on them as well. So all we have to do is keep these guys lit and just let these guys do some work, even though they're not the best players in the world. If they have free shots all day on these guys like they do, they're gonna be able to damage them. And then again, I'm just trying to track this IS-6 out here, but little gun can't do a whole lot. And then so eventually we get them to more or less back off. But them perseverating in this area sort of costs them a lot because they're basically already get shots and these guys get shots, and there's nobody to challenge these guys out here, so they're basically getting a lot of free damage. And then they've sort of come around this hill here as well, but they're not really challenging too much quite yet. We've got an IS-3 over there, which is fine. And then this guy sort of challenges us, which isn't the smartest thing to do, but I'm not exactly where our T-34-3 went. He like backed off and then he came back and then he tried to get a shot, but he missed. And then for some reason he decides that he's gonna pull in front of me, and I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. He was like making circles in front of me. So, puppies. And then these guys have backed off a little bit, so this 12T broke through, but that's not a problem. We've got a bunch of campers over here, 2 8s and a 7. That shouldn't be an issue. So I'm going to go see if I can spot their back line, which is usually tank destroyers and or their artillery. And they're all mostly out in the open, and then so I'm just going to camo snipe this PZ Souffle by backing up through the bush. And then we've actually pushed them back on the side a little bit, so I think I'd go over there and take a peek in a second. Because basically with their tank destroyer configuration, if you come over here to this rock that I go to, they can't shoot you. The only thing that can shoot you are these guys over here, and the T-32 down. Makes it much easier. And then their IS-6 is still there. Not the best place to be. That Jumbo got upset that I shot him in the back, because because I guess that's not honorable. And then all I'm trying to do is keep this ISU lit for pretty much anyone else to shoot him. It's kind of difficult for the pen on this gun to pen through the front of the ISU. And then it's pretty much just mop up at this point. But being able to take the hill like that certainly gives you a huge advantage. But again, like I was saying, you know, when you don't have the right comp for it, it was pretty much just me and the T-34-3 that went up the hill. The E-25 did as well. But, you know, you don't really count on that when you're looking at the comps. You're looking at their comps saying, oh, well, they've got 3 relatively fast, higher tier mediums, and so that's going to be a danger. So you want to be able to go up there and at least look. But always, you know, look at your team and be sure that you're have the support to do it. And if you don't, just, you know, be ready to just bail out. And then after that, you can pretty much just use the hill to your advantage. Particularly, the bush that I used to spot that PZ Souffle. You can use that and the bush on the other side to spot a lot of their backline, and also you can use those bushes to camo snipe, especially if you have a tank with reasonable depression, like, you know, some of the American mediums and things like that. Let's see. So lay stats. So even though we're in a little pew pew gun, a tank, a little pew pew gun, we actually did a good amount of damage. The damage assist is mostly from our proxy spotting of those guys as they, you know, sat in that 5 line. They sat in that F5 area for too long and just basically allowed our guys to rail them in the side and things like that. And that's what really cost them the game. If you don't take the hill, it's not the end of the game. It's how you play after it that ends up being really important. That's about all I can think of for this particular match, so I hope that was helpful for deciding when you should try to take the hill and when you should pull back, and thanks for watching.